Alright, hello everyone. This is Rich, and I am back with my part 5 for my DVD, VHS, TV series, and Blu-ray update for May 15th, 2012. It's been a year since I did this, oh my god. Alright, so we're going to go on with the rest of my DVDs, and then I'm going to be done for a little bit. I'm going to come back with the VHSs, the video games, and the TV series in my binder. Alright. First one. I'm going to love it. You love this. From the producers of Dude, Where's My Car? That's strike one. A film by Robert Englund. Not saying anything bad, Robert. That's strike two. Starring Annie Milonakis. That's strike three. I do like Robert Englund's Fan of the Opera. That was really fun. His directing is his acting's really good, but his directing is but this movie's called Killer Pad. It's a campy college kid. They get a house to live in for super cheap, and it's infested with demons. And they throw a party, and demons show up and kill people and whatnot. Andy Milonakis is in it, and it's fun, but it is made of duty. Let's just say it ain't no Dude, Where's My Car? After watching that about 10 times, you're gonna love it. I mean, Dude, Where's My Car? Alright, next one is an independent movie that I got at Chiller. I was really happy to see this one. I actually got the full poster of the front of this. Mold. It's a good throwback to like the atomic sci-fi films of the 50s, where they're doing some sort of chemical warfare experiments, I'm guessing, and shit goes awry, and this mold spreading and turning people into like these walking zombie creatures that are within this little bunker of like 6 people, and the 6 people have to figure out how to get rid of it. They're turning all kinds of the mold's getting in them, going crazy, eating chocolate, getting fat. But I met the director of this, the writer. Very cool gents. They also have a VHS release of this, very limited, of this film. But look at this artwork right here. Look at that. You don't see that anymore these days. That's a bit of brilliant. As I said, I had to get the poster because of that. And very simple mold. Very fun. Very fun movie. If you're a fan of that, like, campy 50s, 60s atomic sci-fi stuff. Like, if you could sit there and watch like the Atomic Brain or the Tingler or something of that sort. I mean, that's 60s and 50s, but you get my idea. Like, if you enjoy The Blob. Anyways, here is I believe, Christmas present from my good friend Jose Pond. The Pee-wee Broadway show, which was pretty darn cool. It's essentially like a more PG version of his actually rated R comedy show, with little bits added in here and there. Very fun. If you like Pee-wee, you're gonna like this. I think this is online on Amazon for like $12 maybe. There is no Lawrence Fishburne as Cowboy Curtis. They have what's his name? Phil Lamar from Mad TV, and he does a lot of voice work. He's like really the only one that doesn't reprise his role. I think the guy who is like the Let's say anything bad, but he's like the Puerto Rican guy. I believe there was a guy that like there was like a soccer player and used to always come in with like his sister or something like that. They kind of have that character in there, but apparently he's doing electrical work. And they also, I think they have Phil Hartman's character. I don't know if they redid it. I forget if they did his character, the sailor. I don't think they did. They just let it die away, which is good. I mean, because you know Phil Hartman's pretty awesome. Next one is the remake of Piranha. Didn't think I'd like this one. I loved it. It was very fun. This is a blockbuster when it was going out. I got this for, I think, $1.25. I mean, you know, if I didn't like it, it's not. I mean, it's the price of a soda. You know, it's Piranha. It's crazy fish in a lake. Shit happens. Boobies are flying. There is really, there is a porn star in there, though. If I could find her name, probably not on the back here, I would assume. Yeah. No. But there is a porn star in there that actually gets eaten in half. That's the one thing. That was like the one, other than like the actual stars that you're like, oh, this one, this one, this one. And I'm like, I know her. She does porn. Which makes me seem like a gropey ass. I'm like, yeah, I remember her. She had the big titties. You know. Anyways. I found this Walmart for $6, I believe. It's 11 movies. It's essentially every Hellraiser movie past part 2. Up to the newest one that doesn't have Doug Bradley in it. I forget the name of that one. And then it has every Prophecy movie with Chris Walken in it. So I thought that was pretty darn awesome. Only thing is, yet again, you're going to see this. I think it's made by Echo Bridge. So they want to piss me off all day long with this shit. This layered disc stuff. I like how it's like blank disc. You know, like this blank disc, because these are double sides. And it's like actual disc, and you're like, huh? How does that work? Nice little scratch. You hear that squeak sound? Oh, I hate it. And you can't put spacers in between these, or else you're going to be fucked. Because it won't fit. But, Hellraiser, you know, if you don't know it, go check it out. Prophecy, if you don't know the story, go check it out. They're really interesting. I think both of them are based on books, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe, I know Hellraiser, definitely, but the other one, I don't know. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 more. John Johnson of, what the heck's the name of his group? Oh man, Darkstone Films. Yeah, Darkstone Films or Darkstone Entertainment. Skeleton Key 3. Has nothing to do with the Voodoo film from the early 2000s. And you really only find out what the Skeleton Key is in this movie, because the other two are like, they're called Skeleton Key, but there's no fucking Skeleton Key in it. It's a continuation, third, to the story that you already know with the characters of Skeleton Key Part 1 and 2. Hopefully they will make another one, because it, not to say anything, spoiler, it ends on a fucking cliffhanger. So, Johnny Johnson, if you're fucking watching this, for one, I hate you. Because I'm watching this and I'm like, man, it's almost the end of this movie. It better not be a fucking cliffhanger. And then you give me a cliffhanger. Alright. But there are some good boobs. It's like low budget comedy and gore and just, you know, it's the kind of thing where you like, you know, they had fun making the movie in some aspect. And to me, That's why I buy these films. Because, yet again, if I've said it once, I've said it 156 times. Those films are like if I made them. Next one is a really hard story to follow because it's all just clips stitched together. But I bought it anyway. Essentially, I had almost everything on this disc in my set. But okay. Sleepaway Camp 4, The Survivor. Released by Retro Slashers. Unrated. Dog barking in the background. I do apologize. And essentially, they try to sew together clips with a backstory about the survivor character of the Sleepaway Camp murders. And it's her essentially, she shows like if she was the murderer, if she was doing it all the time, or was it Angela? It's hard to follow. And I've watched it like 2 or 3 times because I just like all the murders in it from part 2 and part 3. Real fun. But it's hard to like have it as a comprehensive story because it's hard because you know part 2, you know part 3, you know Sleepaway Camp, and then you try to take these elements and it's like trying to take, you know, chocolate and vanilla ice cream, mix it together, you're just going to get diluted chocolate ice cream. It's hard to follow, but I recommend if you're still a Sleepaway Camp fan to check it out. It's essentially all the kills from all the Sleepaway Camp movies mixed in with the bonus disc from Sleepaway Camp 4 The Survivor into a movie. It's edited very well. Anyways, had to cut it there. Dog's going crazy. Check it out if you wish. You are a Sleepaway Camp fan. It is fun. And it's distributed by an independent distributor, so it might take some time to get to your house, more usual. Next is, if you follow that guy with the glasses.com, the Nostalgia Critic, Cinema Snob, Linkara, Nostalgia Chick, all that kind of stuff. That guy with the glasses, they release movies for the past 3 years, and one of them, I got the last one, they have Suburban Knights. It's really cool. They do one every year, and I thought it was really, really fun. Essentially, all the characters from the site all come together, and they are trying to find this gauntlet of power to sell, I believe, to have a bunch of money. So what they have to do is, because this map that they found to get the gauntlet is Dungeon Dragon kind of based, we then have to they then have to dress up as fictional characters, like Angry Joe dressed up as Inigo Montoya, Nostalgia Critic dressed up as Link, Fearless dressed up as Rockbiter, blah blah blah. And there's a character on the back here, that right here, Boom, that's trying to stop them. I forget what his name is. I took it. Malachi. Yeah. So, if you're a fan of that guy with the glasses, check it out. But if you're a fan of that guy with the glasses, you'd probably have seen this at least online. If not, have bought this. I have 2 Intervision releases right here. One is Sledgehammer. And if you've seen my review of a long time ago of the worst movies that I own, you know how I feel about this movie. But I do respect that they did take this film and put it onto a new media. It very awesome that they did do it. And this was their first release, I believe. 1984 Greatness, Sledgehammer. There is audio commentary with David A. Pryor, the director, audio commentary with some people from Bleeding Skull, and some featurettes and interviews. So I really think this was really cool to see that, you know, a movie one of the first shot on video, debatably, this first shot on video film is now on DVD. So that's pretty cool. Next, the other Intervision one is Things. Which, surprisingly enough, there's a Things 2, which I found on Cinemageddon. And it's made of poo. I mean, Things is alright, and it's a little weird, but that one's really bad. It's monsters and weirdness, and stuff's going on, the house feels like it's another dimension, they have to fight off these things, you don't know what's going on, you know, you got dirt mustaches like that going, the extras on this are director commentary, testimonials, interviews, the 20th anniversary, which was put on like a public access thing, and original trailers, stuff of that sort. You know, if you're a fan of good bad movies, check out Things. And 2 more. And this one I got from my friend, the Mistress of Diabetes. She threw this at me like a grenade out of the closet. She's like, "Here, I got a movie for you. You're gonna love it." And I did. The underground comedy movie, the older version of this, made by the guy who actually is the spokesman for ShamWow and the Shticky. A bunch of little skits put together. Apparently he had an underground comedy show or TV show. He essentially took a bunch of those skits, adapted them for a movie, and there you go. This was a lot in the 90s. You would see this on Comedy Central. Late at night, you'd see the trailer for it to buy. And it's just a whole lot of out there shit comedy together. I thought it was very fun. Like, there's stuff with Gina Lee Nolan that's supposed to be on this one, but if you watch the newer version that was released, it's Lindsay Lohan instead of Gina Lee Nolan. I guess because she's more topical. But there's like a lot of racism, but you know, done attempting to be tasteful. Nudity, people taking poops. I thought it was very funny. If you're a fan of like trauma type comedy, it's like that. And it's the best way. If you like trauma comedy, you like this. Yeah. And last one is actually a film that was actually released by a actual like big media conglomerate type thing, Wanted. And I was like, man, I gotta see this movie, because I watched it for like 10 minutes on FX, and I'm like, I gotta see the rest of this. I like this gun fu type stuff. So it was really fun. It's about it's based on a comic book, which has very little to do with this movie, as I found out. But the reasons are what the content of the comic book wouldn't be considered politically correct for a massive audience. But what they adapted is, it's still a good movie, but if you know the story behind the comic book, you're like, why did they do that? So, yeah. It's essentially a guy hates his job. He has these like weird headaches where he feels as if he's going to have like a panic attack, but these panic attacks are not actually anything. There's a sensory perception that helps him to do all these like combat moves that not normal people can do. He joins this fraternity of assassins and essentially goes out and murders people who essentially the fraternity deems are bad people. So, really fun, a lot of action, a lot of gunplay. Check it out. I hope they make a sequel someday, because it's actually kind of fun. If you're a fan of Crank, you'll love this. It's a good stuff, you know. You have, you buy, you know. Anyways, that is it. Believe it or not, been ranting for God knows how long. I probably had to cut this video in half in some manner. So I'm going to say this is either my part 5 or part 6 for my media update for my DVDs, VHS, Blu-ray, TV series, all that shit, video games. So I will be back with a part 5, 6, or 7. Don't really know how I'm cutting this yet. To this update for the 15th of May, 2012. See you in a minute. Bye.